Everybody, welcome to my channel, Be Free Now with Maria. So today I'm going to start out with this deck, the Untethered Soul, and I've already shuffled it, so I'm going to pick the card on top, which is, the back of it says Awakening Consciousness, and the card reads, you are not your thoughts, you are simply aware of your thoughts. So, all right, that's kind of deep, right? We are not our thoughts, right? Meaning, right, we are more than just our five senses. We generally connect more with our five senses unless we are consciously taking the time to be present or practicing meditation or doing something, right, that aligns us with our essence and allows us to connect with our sixth sense, right, to be in constant awareness, right, of our essence by being present as opposed to just being with our thoughts and taking in the stories, right, that we're saying to ourselves, our inner dialogue that are, right, connected with our beliefs that guide us in every step. We tend to rely on them and really feel this sense of connection with them. We rely on them so much that we believe them to the extent that we are convinced that what we believe is 100% true, when a lot of times, right, when we pause and reflect, we're able to see that it's not 100% true. So that piece, right, is important for us to be aware of, because we get consumed with really thinking, right, that we are our thoughts and that that's all we are. And we forget, right, that we are more than that. And we, depending on, our own personal beliefs, we can look at it from many different ways. Or if we practice a certain religion, we can look at that, in many different ways. But I tend to think of it as, right, that we are energy. Why? Because I guess that's a simpler way for me to put it into context. The unseen, what our essence, is just, right, it's more of energy as opposed to something tangible that can also mislead me into thinking, right, that it is something physical when it's more than that. So that piece, right, is, obviously optional which way we tend to think of ourselves, but when we look at our thoughts and what our thoughts are, right, we are able to see that it's more than just what meets the eye. In other words, and this is how we're able to, really kind of play with this a bit, I'm going to say the word play for lack of a better word, but when we are able to sit with our emotions, we are able to notice, right, all the thoughts that are coming up for us, and we could notice how they make us feel, and we can observe them and not make them ours. Just notice them for what they are, a sensation, right? If we tend to align with them and make them ours, then we get consumed and sucked up by them. Literally, it's the only vision that I'm getting right now. It's almost like, whoop, it just sucks us right in and it captivates us, and then we become a hostage to them. But when we notice, right, this, and we look at it, as something that just is in that moment and not our true self, right? It's just something that we're feeling in that moment because of what we're thinking, but we can observe it. We don't have to make it personal as it is ours. It is ours because it is in our consciousness, and it is our consciousness the way it is because it's the way we've been programmed. But it is not our soul's language, right? It's not our soul's thoughts. It's our ego-based mind. Our soul's thoughts and conscious, right? I was going to say consciousness, but all right, our soul's thoughts, energy is just very different. And when we still ourselves, we're able to connect with that, and we're able to hear that small, still voice within us. I don't know if I'm explaining that properly, but I'm trying the best that I can. So please, thank you for bearing with me. But yes, when we just still ourselves enough, we can hear that small still voice within us, and we can use, right, that information to guide us, because that intuitive inner knowing that's coming from a soul level is here to guide us and can really help us along the way. It's like it shows us the way. We're the ones that get nervous, doubt it, lack, right, the faith and the trust, and we second guess ourselves, and we're like, God, I don't think I can do that, and we resist. But when we allow ourselves, right, to connect, we are able to hear deeper, and our soul's voice, and use that, and use that as something, right, that's more authentic to our essence, as opposed to just going along with the thoughts that are in our mind and accepting them as our true selves. Pausing, being with them, observing them, noticing them allows us, right, to see that they're creating feelings for us, and those are sensations. We can observe them come in, we can observe them leave. We don't have to hold on to them. Now, look, this is a practice, right? It's easier said than done, at first try, of course, but this is about, right, just bringing something, right, to awareness, and then trying to cultivate new ways of doing things and new ways of looking at our thoughts, as opposed to just holding on to them as they're 100% right, and hold on for dear life, and they're really just taking us on a ride that we don't really even enjoy most of the time. So we want to pull back so that we can go on a ride that does feel more authentic to our soul. And we know what that is because it just feels right within. And we know the more we practice, right, we are able to then distinguish and know what's truth from within and what's, truth from our thoughts. And truth from our thoughts isn't really truth. It's just beliefs. That's the best way I could describe that. All right. So, and with that, and have a beautiful day. Bye for now.